Welcome everyone to another episode of Bruvcast.
This is like a WWE triple threat, isn't it?
It is.
Welcome everyone.
Hello. Gemshaw.
I'm Raj.
I'm Mick.
I'm Situl.
Here we go.
Sil's back.
I'm back.
It was so good that you had to bring him back again.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? This morning I was listening to H's one, and I was in the gym. You guys were talking about the baldness, bruv. I'm not joking. I almost dropped a dumbbell on my foot because I was in hysterics. I lost my motion, lost my flow, and almost dropped a dumbbell.
What was it? What was it that made you drop the dumbbell? What bit?
It was that bit about Raj going to that guy in India. Bruv.
You know what? That's the funniest story Raj has ever told. You know, yeah, the way he told it, that is true, man. I was cracking up, man. Every time as well.
I was hurt, man. It was a painful story to retell, bruv. But yeah, here we are. Another week.
Yeah, bro.
Been some changes in my life.
Yeah, man. How does it feel? Bro, you look rested.
Bruv, I don't know why you're seeing that because I am not rested, bruv. It's good, man. We're doing okay. We're trying to find a rhythm. But bruv, the sleep deprivation. Oh my god. Like,
Is it mad?
you know what it was, yeah? Basically, I don't even know where to start with this, but her water broke where we were at Meat Liquor. we're literally having a chicken burger. And then she made this face and I was like, what is going on? And she was like, I think my water's just broken. And you know how, like at the NCT class, they say to you, yeah, in the movies, they have this whole big thing about when the water breaks. It's like the movies, it's not like that. So we were like not expecting that. Bro, yeah. It breaks like the movies sometimes, yeah? So we were literally like, we need to get out of here. And she waddled to the car, bro, yeah? You know how
Did the water actually just, it broke? It actually broke.
It didn't like splash. Yeah, the water broke. And you know at Meat Liquor, you get those kitchen rolls to have with your burgers.
Yeah.
Bro, I had nothing in the car. We hadn't prepared for it. So I was going to grab this because I don't know how much more is going to leak.
Yeah.
So then we went to the hospital and then like went through the whole thing. Ended up having to have a C-section in the end. So I think that was brutal, bro. Just like the whole process of seeing a woman go through a C-section and literally like being in there with her while it's happening. So yeah, everything went well. Mum and baby are fine, all going okay. But those first few nights, yeah, bruv, this is the crazy thing. This is what I want to ask you two, right? The first few nights in the hospital, I was like, oh my god, you know what? This isn't that bad. Like, she sleeps pretty well. She's only making noise when she needs to burp, or she's tired, or she's done a poo. I got this. This is not as bad as I thought it was. Bruv, yeah, that was all false advertising. The moment we came home, completely different story. Bruv, there's no clock. There's no timings. She sleeps when she wants, she poos when she wants, and she cries when she wants. And sometimes she'll cry for no reason. No rhyme or like there's nothing you can do to like console her. She's just like, I'm unhappy right now, and you're the only person that I can kind of tell about this. So it's crazy.
Bruv, you know what? Every newborn baby is different. You just don't know. Whereas I had two opposites. One was like on it, even in the hospital. Like, you know, we were up 3 a.m. Those 2 weeks of paternity leave turned into the longest 2 weeks of my life. I didn't know what time it was, whether it was night or day, right? It was, every child's different. But the second one, that was a lot easier, I felt, like what you're describing in the hospital, like, you know, sleeping easy, came home, sleeping easy, and then it starts stepping up into the kind of sleeplessness.
Yeah.
It's like phases, isn't it? Like literally, you get over one phase and you're like, okay, cool. Then the next phase starts, like the colic. And you know what, in the midst of this, right, you're trying to find your bearings. Like you think, you know what I mean? You're thrown into the unknown. As soon as the baby's born, you're thrown into the unknown. It's the first time you're doing something like this. And imagine when it's just you two and the baby, right? You and your partner and the baby, it's fine, isn't it? Like you persevere, right? And you do a lot of reading, etc. What, you know, whatever starts, certain things start to work for you. But the moment, like, you know, when people start to come to visit,
Oh yeah,
right?
we haven't had that yet.
Yeah, it's just another ball game. It's another pressure, bruv. Yeah, does that make sense? Because
you're on show, innit?
You're on show. You're a parent, bruv. You're a parent, innit? So you should be knowing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, and it's hard, innit? You know what? And just like I remember when the first time we had someone over, it was like up until the point we had someone over, it was cash. Like, you know, we had our ups and downs with, you know, like you said, baby crying relentlessly for no reason or for a reason, but you know. And like the colic and everything like that. But then the day, you know what? I remember the day that someone was coming over. You know how you just get up, you get ready, you put your baby in a nice baby grow and hope, like, please do not bugger this or don't soil this. And then the person, everything's cash, bro. And then the person comes and you're like, oh, well, bro, I remember someone came over, we ordered some pizza, and then it was time for baby change. And at this point, not once had the baby did she actually wee on her while we were getting her while we were changing her nappy, right? And then as soon as I put her down, literally, bruv, yeah, top and tail, put the nappy on, about to wrap up the nappy,
done
everywhere, and all she did was she started crying. And I remember there was piss everywhere. Like, the person's here, pizza's been ordered. At this stage, she's crying relentlessly. So we were like, piss on the mat, just dripping everywhere. Bro, both of us are like taking her upstairs, putting her in a bath. She's crying relentless. Bro, it took us by the time the pizza came, it was cold. Then we came down within about an hour and a bit. And I remember they were like, oh, we got to go now. Bro, what can you do, innit? It's mad, bro. It's crazy, innit? And then I guess as time goes on, you just, you know, deal with it, innit?
Pissing pizza, innit?
Pissing pizza, bro. That's it. You just persevere. But I know what you mean, man.
But yeah, you're right though. You know, when people come over, that they couldn't time it at a worst time, right? We've had like various people over, especially the first one because we're living at my mum and dad's. So, bro, you can imagine, yeah. Awo,
Benda, jalebi, gotcha.
My God, yeah. And yeah, you know, you've got like three of you cooped up in a room, right?
Oh,
because it's obviously not your own place, so which makes it even more challenging, bro.
Didn't both of you have your first kids with your parents? Oh no, wait, Mick, you were out, right?
I was out, man.
Still, you were living with.
So I thought you were out as well.
No, I was in. I was in. Bro, you know what? The minute we found out we were pregnant, that's the day the house hunting started. Like, nah, I am not having it. Yeah,
Sitl's on phones. He's got more phones to his ear than hands, bro. Yeah,
yeah, that's it.
I know what you mean, man. Do you know what? It's hard as well, isn't it? Because do you know what? I think like even I don't know, man. Because the day we bought little one home, right? And I was like, oh man, you know what? That's it, man. We're on our own now, isn't it?
Yeah, see, that's the same thing that happened to me, right? When we were like wrapping everything up at the hospital, like because it was a C-section, so we stayed in a bit longer. When it came to leaving, I was bricking it because I was like, you're basically just like by yourself and you have to figure it all out. You don't have that button where you can press the button and they come in and they like, you know, tell you everything's okay. This is just normal. This is natural. She's meant to be doing this. There ain't no button, bruv. There's no one you can call it instantly. And there's no instant reassurance, right?
Nothing.
So it's just instant anxiety. And you're basically like telling yourself, okay, well, I don't really know how to handle this. I don't know how to do that. The drive back, bruv. That's when Situl fucking called me, bruv, yeah? I'm driving back, and we get like, I don't know, halfway home. And then Gogan's like, the car seat's wrong. You haven't done the car seat properly. And I was like, no, it's properly. It's done. It's legit. And she was like, no, it's not. She's not fitted. She's not sitting at the bottom of the car seat. And it's wobbling. So I'm like, okay, fine. And then I was like, let me try and pull over somewhere. And then my phone goes off, and I can't in this panic, I just answered it, and it was like, "Hello, Daddy." And I was like, "Bro,
I did not know that.
Literally driving home. Yeah, give me 5 minutes. Yeah, I haven't called it, bro. This is the first time I'm speaking to Situl since that phone call. Yeah, I was like, let me call you back. Then I parked up on the road. Then I called and then I could not figure out, bro. You know what? Yeah, when you're in a state of like panic, you can't think. Your thought process is like it's either slowed down or it's absent. So I was trying to figure out what to do with this. Then baby was starting to get restless. Gagan's obviously angry because she's like, how did you not figure this stuff out like before? Why are you doing this on the day that you're bringing the child back home? And then I called my brother-in-law because I could not figure out how to make it work. And he was like, I don't have that model, bruv. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Then I called one of the guys from the NCT class who happened, because we knew that he had the same one. So I called him randomly out of the blue, bruv. They just straight up WhatsApp video called to him. I was like, can you just give me a hand? And he was great. Like, he helped me figure it out. And it turned out it was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But then we got the seat back in and then got home. But then bringing her inside, and mom and dad were there. And it was just like, it was a journey, bruv. It was chaos. And then you come home and then you're finally settled. The next to me hadn't been set up. So I need to set that up, put all of that together. And then eventually I think we got like settled down. And I think the first night was okay. And then after that, it was just like, just no sleep, bro. Like you have, the thing is, there's some days where you have like a good couple of hours. You have like 3-4 hours. Then there's a break, right? Because they kind of need to wake up every 3 hours to feed when they're newborns. So I feel like there's a couple of days where we had those. It was like you have like sleep snacks, right? And you go ahead. But my number one thing is like, you got to pace yourself, man. Because the first week I was like, this isn't that bad, bruv. Yeah. Come second week, right? Mum was over. Mum's been like helping out and stuff. I don't know how we would have been able to do it without her kind of just like being around. She came home. She comes around like lunchtime, and I was like, let's just quickly start the dishwasher. Bro, I opened up the dishwasher, flooded. Dishwasher is flooded, right? Bro, the worst thing and the worst timing for a dishwasher to go is when you have a newborn child, and you basically that is where it's needed the most. Yeah? So now I'm like bugging out, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. It's an old dishwasher, so I just poured like baking soda and vinegar down the thing. Maybe there was a clog or something. So I just was like, let me just wait for this to clear up. And everything was like slowly draining. But then I started the cycle again. Same story. It just starts like the bottom of it was just like there was a pool of water in there. So I called a couple of people over, and then they were like, we can't get anyone out for you today. So bruv, man had to wash the bath. Bro, you know what? Yeah, I don't know if you ever had this growing up, where your parents say to you, "Tari maa ne yaad karis tu ek divas," bruv. Yeah, I've been yadding my ma, bruv. Yeah, because I'm thinking to myself, yeah, how? But back then they didn't even have dishwashers, and like and the custom thing to do was to host, right? When my mom was saying, like, when she was living with her in-laws, and they would literally have people coming over to the house, and she's got to be, keeping up appearances, doing the housework, and I've just have a dishwasher that's like out of action, and I'm like losing my shit. So basically we called this guy over, right? Dishwasher. This man rocks up. And at 8 o'clock in the morning the next day, I look like a fucking zombie, right? Open the door, and I'm like, he's like, dishwasher repair. I was like, oh yeah, come this way, bro. You must think this guy's had no sleep, yeah. And then I take him over, and then I show him like where the issue is. I was like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong with it. I pour like vinegar, baking soda, all this stuff down it. Doesn't seem to be doing the trick. I don't know if the drains are blocked, because we've had issues with the drains. And then he was like, oh, let me have a look at it. And then I'm just like watching over his shoulder. Bruv, this guy he opens a dishwasher out. He takes like a couple of pictures to kind of figure out what the model number is. Opens the sink, the cupboard under the sink. And then there's the pipe. And I was like, no, I don't think that's the right pipe, because we have a washing machine that's like in the cellar. So I just said, I don't think that's the right waste pipe, because I tried to like check out whether it was draining or not. he just shook that pipe like some crazy rabid dog, bruv. Yeah, shaking it like mad. I thought he was gonna wake up the baby, right? He's shaking it like mad. He's like, there's probably just a clog in there, and I was like, nah, can't be that, man. I'm not that stupid, bruv. Yeah, bruv. Yeah. And then he started the machine. He goes, yeah, it's all done now, bruv. My man charged me £100 to shake a pipe, and then he'd be like, yeah. He must have thought to myself, have you got any other broken appliances that I can fix in your house? Go around shaking your pipe. I felt like such a mug, man. I was like, you're an idiot. I said to go, we just literally spent $100 for a man to come over, shake a pipe, and then bounce. And then he was like, have you got a newborn? I could hear it in the background. I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah. Make sure you rest up and, you know, get your sleep. And then he was like, have you named her yet? I was like, yeah, we're in the process of figuring it out. And he was like, yeah, I got a daughter. She's 18 now. I was like, oh, that's nice. And he was like, yeah, I went to someone's house and they had a dog, and I liked the name of the dog, so I just took that name and that's what I named my daughter. And I'm like, what? I was so busy. It's such a weird thing to say. And the name, to be fair, was a nice name, but the origin of the name, like for her whole life, she's gonna now say to her, like, oh, that's a really nice name. How do you get the name? Named after a dog, innit?
Bro, do you think he was killing time because the job was done?
Yeah, bro, you know what? 100%, because he was like, I need to pad this out a little bit. Add like an extra 5-10 minutes, beginning and end, random stories and shit, anecdotes.
What if it was winter? He would have been there for a while. He said, you know what? I've got spare time. It's a bit cold outside. Next job's around the corner. Can you put the kettle on?
That's it.
You're definitely right about things, isn't it, going wrong, especially at the worst possible moment. But I think, do you know what? I had a similar situation as well, yeah. But not with the baby. But you mentioned about labourers, isn't it? Yeah. So when I reinstalled the water softener back into the house, there was something going wrong with it, and the guy actually said to me, he goes, "I'll come over, but hey, look, it's £100 minimum charge, yeah, for us to come over and check it out." He was done in 5 minutes. You know what he did? He literally took the water softener apart, emptied it out. He goes, yeah, it's just it was just a bit too hot in here. So once it cools down in the winter, whatever the issues you have, and that's exactly what it was, bro. And then Nish, I'm with the card machine, you're paying you, obviously, because I got to pay the guy, innit? It is what it is. Nish is at the door, like, that was quick. What did he charge? I was like, free.
Don't admit it.
It was free. I said it was free. Why did you have your card? He was refunding my deposit.
It's a tip. Bro, never. My experience, never tell them how much this shit costs.
Yeah, 100%, bro.
100%. Especially if you're exposing your own inadequacies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's when you should never do it. Then you'll be like, no, he just did a favor. He just thought, oh no, this, bro. I literally had to tell. I had no sleep, so I was just honest, and I was like, look, I couldn't figure out that I needed to shake the pipe loose and shake the blockage loose. And she was like, it's okay. We've had no sleep. Don't worry about it. We'll come back stronger.
Back stronger, innit? Standard.
You've got that exception though.
Yeah. Do you feel like now you're in a bit of a routine? I know it's only been a couple of weeks, man, but I'm just saying, like, do you feel there's a routine, a pattern?
I think we're starting to get to know her a bit and know what at least to some degree, to know what she wants and know what she needs. But there's been times where I've woken up and I'm like, bro, I'm panicking. I look at her and I'm like, she's still breathing. Or one time Gagan woke up and she was like, babe, take her off me. And I was like, she ain't on you, fam. She's in the car. I was talking to my cousin, right? And she was basically saying they've had a kid. He's just turned 1, and she was like, my husband woke up in the middle of the night and he said, "What are you doing?" She was like, "I'm trying to put the baby to sleep," and he was like, "The baby is in the cot," and she's literally just swinging her arms with no baby in the arms.
That's what lack of sleep does to you, though. Yeah, bruv. You know what? Even to now, right? The first time I was looking after one of the kids without Pav there. You know that first night.
Yeah.
That you're just left alone, Bruv, I did not sleep. Like you said, I was watching her chest all night.
No.
I just couldn't do it. I'm like, you know what? I don't trust myself. I don't care if I don't sleep. But yeah, fine. You know, you do it with your kind of, when they're kind of small, a baby, right? She must have been about 2. And because it was that first time, I was having that paranoia, because that's when we weren't at my parents'. So there was no one around. There was no one, bro. It was just me. So I think in hindsight, you know, being with someone in the same house helps massively.
Yeah, it does. It gives you like a random piece of comfort.
It does, man.
Yeah,
it does.
Bruv.
100%. It gives that support network as well, isn't it? Because I guess, like, especially having your mummy there, it helps, isn't it?
Bruv, you know, Rids, right? We had that blue bathtub, but it's got a safety net. Get that. So 6 months in, or might have been 3 months in, we had a kind of a death in the family. So we had to go to Leicester, and we stayed in that house, right? So it's only like the grandma there, whatever. Bruv, we couldn't take any of this stuff with us, yeah? So our eldest now, bruv, they were bathing her in the sink. I lost my shit the first time I saw it happen, but they're used to this, right? And it was like, what else are you going to do, right? You're like staying in someone's house, you're staying with them, you know, someone's just passed away.
Did they use fairy
liquid?
No. So we bought the baby bath stuff. We had that with us, but we didn't have like all the big stuff with us, because all of that stuff was at home. But bruv, the way my mother-in-law just picked the baby up, filled the sink up like she's washing dishes. Like, what are you doing?
The thing is, though, isn't it? That's how it was, isn't it? Back in the day.
That is how it was, bro. They didn't have no fancy blue seat thing. They just had the silver seat.
Exactly. I got photos of me. It's a baby in the sink for a few, you know, and then I was in a bucket, which I swear was a what do you call it? A washing clothes bucket that they just filled out with water, bro.
Do you remember those the flower buckets?
Flower buckets, yeah.
Oh yeah.
From the Indian shops, bro. Yeah, that was our kind of bath back in the day.
Yeah,
the yellow one.
Was it white? No, it was
white ones, isn't it?
There was a white one and there was a yellow one.
Oh no, the yellow one's the ghee, isn't it?
So wash and wax going on.
Wash and wax.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so that's been my 2 weeks.
Nice, man. Have you had the phone calls? Baby,
I've just been like, just give it a few weeks, because still figuring it out. But
we're still in rehearsals, isn't it?
Yeah, we're still rehearsals. Yeah, you gotta be, because you know when man's come over, you gotta be like super dad, isn't it? Everything. I could change a nappy in 0.3 seconds, mate.
Towel, bloody talcum powder.
Yeah.
Do you know what I was gonna say? Oh man, not even talcum powder. It's the Bepanthen, isn't it? Remember Bepanthen?
What's that?
Nappy cream. The pseudo cream, nappy cream.
Oh, pseudo cream, yeah.
We use coconut. We're a coconut oil household, bruv.
No, we used to coconut. We used Cocozo, innit? Cocozo. There's a lot of brands getting a shout out here, bro.
Blue Sea, Cocozo.
Wait, Bepanthen was for nappy rashes. I think there was this coconut. There was this coconut thing that we used to use, man. Yeah, bro. It's bringing back memories. Some of the stuff, man, that you're saying actually is bringing back memories. It's like it happened years ago. Well, it did, but as in, you know what I mean, innit? It just goes so quick.
I think we've had like the saving grace nowadays is that you can just buy things. Like, we don't need to buy loads of things like in advance, and I think we didn't overdo it. But the problem with that is bruv, the amount of cardboard boxes I'm dismantling. It's ridiculous, and there's no efficient way to do it. Especially when the tape, when they have the tape, the Amazon tape, and it's all like stringy and shit. You got to cut it up, blade it up, and you got a baby screaming in the background. Nah, bruv, I'm not a fan, man.
There's enough cardboard to build a clubhouse, man. And do you know what? That's the one thing I've noticed, right? Since even just pre-baby, as soon as you move out, you are dealing with an influx of cardboard boxes, and then you think, oh, that's it, no more cardboard boxes for a while, and then something else big you buy comes in this big ass cardboard box, yeah. And then you're like trying to, do you know what? I had this thing last week where I didn't want to go to a dump yard. And I was like, I'm not going dump yard. So I put cardboard in my bin, my neighbor's bin, my neighbor's bin. Yeah. And I still had to go to the dump yard. You know, do you know what? And I was going to send you a photo of me going to a dump yard, man, with all this cardboard in there.
Bro,
It's
do you know how deep it is right now, yeah? When I'm looking at something about buying it, my first thing is, what size box is this shit gonna come in? Because I don't want to have to dismantle that and then also get rid of it. Because some of those boxes you can't even take into, they won't fit into the bins. You got to like cut it into like tukres, bro.
Nah.
Yeah. I think there's the most cardboard boxes you dismantle are when you have a kid. 100%, definitely. And you know what? You send the most things back as well when you have a baby as well, because you'll buy a piece of furniture or something. It'll either be the wrong thing or it'll come and you'll be like, oh, actually, do we really need this? Do you not send it back? You don't even have to send a big package back.
Oh, it's the worst.
Yeah.
It is the worst. It's something that
Nick, have you still got all your stuff? Have you still got all your stuff?
Yeah, do you know what? We sold most of it off, yeah, when we moved out because there was nowhere we could put it, right? So we've got certain things that we've kept for the siblings, which is worth keeping. But even then, I'm thinking, get rid, man. Just get rid of it. It's just taking up space. It just takes up a lot of space, doesn't it? How about you?
There's this one pram I've been trying to get rid of for about 3 years.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got one pram left. So what I basically did once I found out my brother-in-law's having a kid, I shifted everything out my house into my mother-in-law's loft. It's all stuck in a loft now. But she's having a go at me. Like, you need to get rid of it. I'm like, it's not my problem anymore.
But you're doing them a favour, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, Situl's doing himself a favour as well as them, isn't it? It's a 50-50, isn't it?
It's not like they used any of it. They might have used the car seat, and that's about it. The pram's still there.
Oh, so they've already had.
You know, you get those. Yeah. So it's this thing. When you have a kid, you want to buy your own stuff, right?
Mm.
So yeah.
I think we did something similar. So we before my sister-in-law even got married, you know, we were moving out of our place, so we had a cot and like a chest, the chest of drawers that comes with the cot as well, and a few things like that. And I remember I was like, should we just get rid? Should we just sell it? And we were going to sell it, and then I actually just jokingly said, hey, she was seeing someone at that point, right? And it was probably pretty serious. It was pretty serious because they're married now, but they weren't married then. But I shipped it off to his house.
His house, bro. Fuck.
Yeah. So it's sitting there in my new brother-in-law who got married, and sister who got married.
Bro, that is unheard of.
Yeah,
you put your saman for a new baby in your brother-in-law's house before he's even popped the question.
I knew he was committed at that point. You know what? You know he's a good guy, and you know he's committed at that point. Shout out.
Shabash.
Bro, you know what? All these things I probably learned from Situl.
That's a Situl tactic right there, bro.
No, I was just gonna say, Raj, you know what to do, yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, find someone, innit? But the thing is, I'm one of the last to have kids, so I need to figure out.
Shift it back to someone who's already got kids, innit? Just say you need these. For your kids.
Yeah, for your kids. Yeah, for your kids' kids. For your grandkids.
For your kids' kids.
Yeah.
Exactly. But do you know what? It makes sense. Some certain things, right? I wish I had someone to just take that stuff off, because now I look back and I think to myself, probably didn't get certain things probably didn't get money's worth out of it. Like the cot, barely, second one barely slept in it. The next to me was the one, to be fair. So you're probably if in my opinion, doing the right thing.
So my topic has obviously been this. So then now I'll say to you, Mick, you said you had a topic. What was your topic?
So my topic was Nando's. Is there such thing as Nando's etiquette? Yeah, whether you go with your boy, especially when you go with your missus. Yeah. So I'm going to say, yeah. So I'll tell you, and you lot can back this, yeah, because obviously we all from day one we've been going Nando's together all the time, innit? Yeah. And I think when the boys go together, we're very helpful. Yeah. We'll basically go and pay for our meals, and then we'll walk together to the drinks thing. One will get the drinks, one will get the sauces, and it's it's a collaborative thing, you know. We're all jolly because we're about to get some meat in our bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruv, you go with the missus, it's completely different. Yeah, and it only hit me now. Obviously, me and my missus got a great affinity with Nando's, isn't it? For instance, day, yeah, bruv, yeah, like everyone else is. But we literally went last week, and I think it hit me because it's the first time we went in a while without the kids, and obviously, when the person comes to take you to a table, I'm like, you know what? I just want to hand back just have a gander at the table number, and I know what she wants, and we just stay at the queue. But these days, I was like, I just follow in it. And then I was like, she gave me her order, and I was like, cool, bro. You obviously go to order your food, right? And if you make a mistake, obviously that's on you because you're obviously gonna get hated for it, innit? You can't make any mistakes with their order, innit, bro?
Nah, bruv.
When I come back, yeah, there's no sauces, there's nothing, bruv. Yeah,
oh, bro, nah.
How can this be? Like, I just went there, waited about 30 minutes, yeah, in a queue, yeah, ordered the food, got the drinks.
That's poor form. That's poor form, bruv.
There's no sauce, there's no forks, there's no straws, bruv.
No tissue, bruv.
No tissue. And then she's like, no, I was getting it, babe. I was getting it. I was like, no, but why is it already here? We wasted valuable time to talk. Yeah. And then, bro. And then it just hit me, man. I don't know, man. What's your take on this?
I think there is etiquette, 100%. Actually, you know what? I feel like I learned etiquette from Nando's from watching Situl, bro. Because Situl's got strong etiquette from Nando's. The moment you go Nando's with Situl, Situl's like, hold on, don't watch that, bro, yeah? What sauces you want? He'll get you, bro, yeah? Like, what sauces you want?
Get the sauces.
Like, you want bro, and he'll break a massive wad of tissues, bro, yeah? Bare forks, bare knives, everything, bro, yeah? There's some good, bro. You're like you're having a feast.
Situl brings enough piles for tissue, right? One pile is for the knife and forks to rest on. Yeah, the other fork
like a cushion.
Yeah. So they don't get that. So, and it's clever actually, bro, because he doesn't. Because in back in the day, you just put the tissue down and you put the fork on top. But then when you need the tissue and there's forks and that on there, the forks fall off. So you've got two piles, isn't it? One to nestle, so the forks and knives and forks can rest. Bro, it's just I don't know, man. It just hit me.
What do you think, Situl? What's your etiquette?
Nah, bro, there's definitely etiquette. Like, what? We used to go Nando's at least twice a week, right? At least.
Uni days.
And so we all had our individual roles within that. Yeah, exactly. Even after uni. That's all it is. Yeah. I think there is that kind of expectation. It's not even etiquette, it's the kind of expectation. And if you start watching what other people do around you, you'll kind of notice that it's kind of moving on where one person is a sauce guy. Sauce person.
Sauce guy. One's a tissue man. One's a fox man.
One's a tissue man. One's a cutlery person. One person orders.
Yeah, that's true.
Nah, they're definitely.
But when you go with kids, bro, what's the etiquette there?
Bro, it's all out the window. It's get them to sit down. Bro, you know what? You know what really gets me? So my kids do not sit down on any dinner table. They'll sit down for 5-10 minutes and they're standing up, walking around.
Hey, you have that too. You have that issue too.
Bruv, I get so pissed off. They were doing that. So we just came back from holiday and people go for dinner, nice meals, and you've got mixture, right? So you've got family with kids, you've got family with teenagers, you've got couples that just want peace and quiet, nice meal. Bruv, we've got mine too. They just won't sit down. Even at home, they'll sit down for 5 minutes and they'll start walking around.
This is the same thing. We just had this discussion last week, and it actually, I was on the way driving somewhere, and then the missus phones me and says, "Our kids have no table manners. It's just." I was like, "What do you mean? They burp at the table. They walk around mid meal, just walking around casually eating their food, dropping crumbs everywhere. They think everything's a joke at the dinner table. It's not just about sitting there and concentrating on your meal. You have to tell them sit down 15 minutes times. Or when they are sitting down, they've got one of them's got their feet on the table, as if she's chilling, bro. I'm bro, I know what you mean, man. I don't know, man. I think this is another phase. This is definitely another phase where where we're trying to teach them table manners, but it's I don't know. I just feel like as they get older, they become a bit more united as well as arguing. They become a bit more united.
Yeah.
So one is always egging the other on.
Mm.
So one's the
Yeah.
clown, and the other one is the influencer, isn't it?
Yeah, and you know what? They've always got each other's back. Like, they'll unite to wind parents up and everyone else. But when you have a guy at one, the other one will always have their back.
Yeah.
And I've started to notice that over the last year or so.
Yeah, it's just like when they're divided, but when they're united, it's like a united front, man. G8 Summit thing going down, bro.
Yeah, that is it, bro.
So, Sid, what was your topic?
My topic, bro. My topic, is on a similar theme. So we just came back from holiday, right? We got back last night, bro. There's kind of two things that I kind of observed, right? And it's to do with kids. So when you go away to a resort, there's different types of kids. You've got one type where their parents don't want to deal with them, so they send them off to kids club for 7 days, drop them off at 9, pick them up at 9, and they're kind of done.
Drop them off at night, bro.
Yeah, because they've got the night show, so
shit.
The people with them will take them to the night shows.
And then pick them up in the morning.
No, 9 in the morning. So 9 in the morning, 9 at night.
You have a break. You have breaks in between,
so
right? Where you got to take them for whatever, and then you bring them back for the movie at night.
Yeah, but the break's not that long, so it's 2-3 hours.
Okay.
So apart from them 2-3 hours between the hours of 9 and 9, their parents are kid free. Yeah. So that and those are the kids that are quite well behaved. They they have table manners. They're kind of
they sit at the table.
You've got they sit at the table. So that's one group of kids, and you've got the second group, which are kind of my kids, where when they're on holiday, they go kind of I wouldn't say crazy, but as parents, we keep an eye on them and make sure they're not, doing anything they shouldn't be doing or doing stuff that's actually kind of dangerous. So yeah, we let them do what they want, but we have to keep an eye on them just to make sure they're not doing anything stupid. Riz, for example, bro, you've got slides. This girl went to the adults slide section on the other side of the park, right? Well, it wasn't that far, bro. She went up, she got sent back down. She came running to me. It's I'm not allowed. I'm you shouldn't walk off, right? So because they feel they're on holiday, they just run off, right? And then you don't want to lose them in a resort like that. So you've got those kind of kids that aren't bad, but they're just excited. Then you've got the brats. So and these people ended up in our hotel. So we're at Gatwick and we've got the deal thing where they gave us the lounge. So we went into the lounge. Bro, you've been to airport lounges, right? They are, quite settled, quite calming. Bro, we have these two, and they weren't even young. They were these two teenagers. They must have been 11, 12, running up and fucking down the lounge, throwing food at each other in the lounge, bro. They didn't get kicked out. They ended up on holiday with us. Same deal. Just, bro, mental, absolutely havoc. Their parents didn't give a shit. So they were just watching, whatever. Not keeping, bro, whatever. So you've got those wild kids. Yeah. Then, because we went Turkey, you've got the kids that aren't allowed to do anything. Because a lot of them were from, really, strict backgrounds. So the kids will go on holiday, the whole family. But the poor kids were sitting on the sunbeds. Didn't get into the pool, weren't allowed, weren't really engaging with other kids or anything. So they were quite reserved. Bruv, I don't know what it was. It was just something I observed this whole holiday. I've kind of broken it down into 4 groups of kids. But I don't know. Do you kind of notice that kind of here as much? I don't think you do.
I don't know, man. I think I do. You can. Do you know what? I believe in energy, right? And when I've got nieces and nephews, and we all have, right, at all different ages, and you can tell the ones who have a lot to say, but inside they're the ones who are. But on the outside, they're really reserved and really shy. And sometimes they come across as if they're obnoxious in the sense that when they say hello, it's half-hearted hello, they don't care. But inside, it's not that, it's just them being reserved and shy, right? But then you've got the ones who are loud and confident. I think a lot is down to upbringing, isn't it? It's depending on the environment that you've grown up in, you know. And I think all three of us can probably, I don't know, from my perspective, always been reserved and shy when I was younger. Still, I don't know about you, to be fair, but I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just, I feel like Raj was always like the confident and I'd say you're probably in between, but I could be completely wrong, right?
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's true. Like I was a bit of both. So I was quite mischievous, and then I became quite
you were
reserved.
buying people's hands, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, I was really mischievous. Then I got quite reserved. But what I think I noticed whilst I was away, those quiet kids, they wanted to do stuff.
Yeah, I think it's also sometimes someone who maybe a parent who's over-parenting on holiday is maybe more relaxed in their own quarters with their kids. Does that make sense? Like, I question myself like sometimes. Am I over-parenting now? Do you understand what I mean? You're kind of like second guessing yourself. Oh, am I over-parenting? Am I being too much of a helicopter dad, or do I need to just let them just express themselves? Or am I suppressing? Do you understand? Do you get it? Like, it's just like hard trying to find that balance, isn't it? And then you start to, like you said, you start to just tap into kids who are, not while you're on holiday, you might tap into a kid who's just playing, and you're watching their parents basically parent them and see, like there's some kids who just go wild, isn't it? Like you said, running down, that would never happen. You'd never let it get that far where they're chasing each other down in a lounge, throwing food at each other. You never let it get that far, right?
What do you do, like, if you're out and about and the kids are just absolutely on one? Like, if they've had loads of sugar, like, do you know when it's starting to escalate and when you need to, like, step in and nip it in the bud?
But you've got two options, right? So that's the point you as a parent need to decide. Do I take this fight on, or do I just let them deal with it? One of them will end up crying. One of them will hurt, like, if you've got two, one of them will end up hurting the other one or making the other one cry. So as a parent, that's the deciding moment. You've got a choice to make. And sometimes you make the shitty choice by letting them, carry on, letting one of them cry because they're going to learn a lesson. Yeah. Other times you just have to step in, right?
You're asking a question there, Raj, that there's no definitive answer to.
I don't think there's any definitive answers in parenting, bro.
There isn't, man. I've done blackmail.
Nah, there isn't.
I've done, look, please, can you stop now? Because I've done begging. I've tried to take away things.
Threatening.
Yeah, threatening. Bro, you know what? When that sugar high, if they're on a sugar high, I experience the sugar highs now. Like, as in, not me as personally, but the kids, I can experience them having. It's crazy, man. It's mad, like what happens. And you know what it is? It's two. When you have two, it's like it's contagious, and you can't, because there's both of them doing it. They're fearless. They're a bit more fearless as well. Whereas it's only one, and the other one's doing left to their vices. And you're right, man. There's no definitive answer. I've done it, and to be fair, you know what it is? It's okay if you're the first parent. If you're going to be the bad cop, and you're going to be the one that deals with it. It's okay. You've got a safety net because your wife will come and tell you that you're doing it wrong, and she'll deal with it after, bro. Yeah, there's always do you understand what I mean? Yeah. I don't know, man. Sit. What's your take on it,
bro? That's it. You're right. That's kind of spot on. Like you say, blackmail. The amount of times I use that as a technique.
Is that your go-to?
No, most recently, I became so emotional. I'm like, I can't take it. It was me and the kids, right? For like, we must have been alone for 2-3 days because Pep went away for work, or two nights or something. But it came to a point where I emotionally had enough, where I said to both of them, right, I'm going to leave this house. Right? One of them was like, bye. The other one started crying.
One of them was like, checkmate.
Yeah. I was like, what are you supposed to say to that?
Oh, bro, that's deep. That means it fell flat. Your threat fell flat on one of them.
Yeah.
But you know what the thing is? Yeah. And that's that. I get what you mean, man. There's times there. There's those days, man. Those dark days, yeah, where
please.
you've got to just get on your knees up. Look, please, I've had enough, yeah. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, this is new. This is new. Daddy's not never done this before, so they're like, okay, we need to calm down. They regroup, they calm down, and we're all good friends, yeah, bro. You got to ride that wave, yeah. And once you've got them on side, you got to ride that wave. Everyone's talking to each other nicely. We're all getting along, bro, until they've forgotten and it starts again. It's like a cycle. Like you know what? Recently, I had them for 2 weeks. Yeah, no one here because everyone went to India. And I remember I was on edge, man. I was like, you know what? When you think you've got everything under control, when you have everything under control until one says, "Oh, I didn't want rice." Oh my god, that's not the 90 money puts me in. Yeah, it only takes like something like that, yeah, and you're like, okay, and then you get flustered, and then you're like, okay, everything's gone to shit now, yeah. But you know what? It's until you, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You think you've got them under wraps and everything's under control, and then out of the blue, you missed one thing, like, oh, you forgot their flip flops for swimming. That's it. You were dad of the year until you did that, yeah, and then that's it. Everything's. I don't want to go swimming now. I can't go to swimming without my flip flops. You don't understand what I mean? It's just like you just never. Yeah. You think you have it under control, but you never really do. To be fair, you just adapt.
Bruv, I thought I was gonna get some reassurance from my two friends that are well-established dads, bruv, because I was like, oh, maybe this whole like changing of the goalposts is a phase, and I'll get used to it, and I'll get my bearing. Nah, from what you're saying, bruv, yeah, those goalposts. There's never goalposts, bruv. There's no fucking goal, bruv.
You said there's well-established dads here. Are they joining the podcast too?
Yeah, exactly.
But let me know, yeah? Because I need some advice too. Well, you know what? It's just, I don't know, man. That's it. You know what? I'm glad you mentioned that those emotional times, bro, because I've had them before. I just thought I was overreacting. I was the only one, but it's true, man. There's those days, isn't it, where things go wrong. And I was like, and you know what? I always wonder, like, when I'm away, does the missus go through this kind of stuff as well? Obviously we talk, but as in, like, you know, I just think they're just better equipped to handle it. I don't know why they just are.
No, I think they are. I think mothers just can deal with this kind of stuff a lot better than we can. I think, Mick. So one thing that nearly worked for me, right? This is when I thought I cracked it. I started to fake cry.
Oh my god!
Like I broke down in tears, fake cry in front of both of them, bro. And I think both of them felt so bad, like something really bad had happened. And that, but then
wait, hold on, bro, hold on. Hey, I want to know what the situation was, and I also want to know, was there actual tears? Was it like water coming out of your eyes, or were you just like covering your face?
I couldn't make the water come out my eyes.
Okay, all right.
I was like kind of face hidden, like fake crying,
moaning, like wailing.
But as realistic as I could get, I think that was the one time I thought I'd cracked it, or I got very close because both of them felt bad. Like, bro, after that there was like dead silence in the house. It wasn't like, Mick, you know how you described, right? That everything's all good.
Yeah.
No, it was a bit weird because no one was talking.
Yeah. Yeah. And did they were they on the manners after? Were they like all cash?
No, I started to feel bad because I saw their faces, and you know when you see that face of worry on a kid, like, shit, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've been there, bro. One time, I don't know. Do you know what, the situation? I don't know what the situation. I think it was bedtime. It was, and like bedtime's the most exhausting. I don't think bedtime. You know what? I think it just gets more and more exhausting because they put up more and more fights to go to sleep, and it's not just that. It's about going to sleep. But no, getting ready for bed. I used to understand. I never understood when a parent said, "Oh, I need to get them ready for bed." I mean, what's there to get ready? They just put their pajamas on, then you know what I mean, isn't it? Yeah, go toilet, do their thing, go to sleep. Bro, no, there's. You need to mentally prepare them for bed. Like, you know, when they're having the dessert, yeah, that's the perfect time to say, after you're done with your, okay, it's dessert time, but after you're done with the dessert, straight to bed. What do? Brush our teeth. Yeah. Great. Do you think you've got it all done? Yeah. No. That spoon goes in. They put everything away in the kitchen, and they're ready to. It's bedtime now. What? But you said 5 minutes. oh, I didn't even get to read my book. Oh, all that starts, yeah. So that's when your levels, yeah. That the
Yeah.
levels are literally go from, you know, your blood flow, yeah, goes. It just hits your chest straight away. So that's it. It's not got far to go, yeah, to get to your ears, yeah. And then you're like, because you've had the whole day in it. You've had a whole day of whatever you've been through.
Yeah.
You're done, bro. And they're like, okay. So you get one. You're like, look, always attack the little one first, bro. Yeah, the little one put up less of a fight. Yeah, I don't know. I always find that.
Pick on the weak.
Still, or you see who the weak link is, and you pick on them. So once one's done, yeah, then you got to brush their teeth, and then it's like, oh, you know, tell them to go for a wee or whatever, and then, you know, bath or whatever, and then, you know, you put one to bed. Yeah, one's sorted. And then it's the other one. And you know what? By the end of it, yeah, you're like, okay, you know, when you realize that, okay, you've been at it for about 20, 25 minutes now, nothing's happening, yeah? Sometimes you just, yeah, bro. I was like, I lined them both up. I got on my goddamn knees. I was like, look, daddy has to go now. Yeah, daddy has to go. Yeah, because
Daddy's getting taken away.
Daddy's getting taken away. Daddy, you're not listening to daddy. So daddy's been out of a job. This is a job for daddy. Daddy's been fired from his job. They're like, what the hell is this guy talking about? But they know, they can tell that, oh, you can tell by their faces, they're buying it because, like, you know, they're listening.
Yeah.
I've got to go now.
Their lips are quivering.
Bro, yeah? I'm about to walk downstairs, and they're like, and then one of them goes, the little one goes, but then who will take us to school? And who will give us breakfast in the morning? I'm like, nah, man, I'm only kidding, just kidding. Bro, you get that guilt in it, yeah? And you're like, shit, man, what damage have I done to my kids?
Yeah, rewind it.
Bro, you rewind it, bro. And then, oh, it's okay, daddy's back in the job now. Are you ready to do your bro? Yeah, everything's cash. Bro, there's cuddles and everything, bro. And then you do it again tomorrow, man, and you find another creative way, bro. I don't know. That's it, innit, Sil? I don't know, man.
That is it.
Okay,
so you've basically given me a range of different tools, right? So you beg, right? You threaten, you blackmail, or you cry.
Any established dad will tell you the same thing. Now I'm playing. Look, you know what it is? Let's not like, you labeled it as those things, yeah? I like to call it one blanket thing. By any means necessary. Okay, you get the job
whatever
done.
It takes.
Yeah? That's your job as a father, right?
Yeah.
When your back's against the wall and you need to make the, you know, put the shack on the table, isn't it? Yeah. And there's no base. Put the sack on the table, bruv. You're gonna do it, right? So when you need to get your kids to do something, you just, you know. Yeah, man.
True.
Trust me, man. I think I honestly think this is the hardest thing I'll ever do. Ever do, because it's just one phase after another. I still think that's why I feel like mums are more resilient, because they just do it. They get on with it.
Yeah, they could kind of do multiple things. That's what astonishes me. They could deal with the kids acting like brats. They could do the cooking while they're doing the cooking, while they're still working. It just kind of amazes me how they do that.
Sit and Roger, let me ask you a question. Yeah, all of us have got different patience levels. Yeah, patience level. I asked you, Raj, a few weeks ago. Can you learn how to be more patient? And what did you say? You said, yeah, you can learn, but it takes time. But there's no time in this. And I feel like if you were given, like, you know, you get Tekken and Street Fighter, yeah? Let's just say that bar was your lifeline, isn't it? Yeah? That the characters, the line above when you're about to, you know, when you're playing, I don't know why this analogy comes to me. If someone gave you that much patience in a day with 4 kids, you're not going to use up much patience, are you, to be fair? You're not. On a bad day, you may. But if someone gave you that same line of patience, yeah, above your character on a daily basis, yeah, when you have kids and you have work and you have, you know, you're pretty much going to extort every single drop of, you know, you're going to use every drop of your patience, aren't you? That's why I was like, shit, I need to build more patience. And there's days, if it's good, Cash, I've got plenty of abundance of patience, yeah, right? Even in the worst times. But then there's days where you're like, sleep deprivation, that's gonna, if you haven't had enough sleep, you're behind you're behind already. You're in a debt. You're in a deficit of patience and everything else, right?
Yeah.
Energy. Those two things. It's just like, because at the end of the day, when you've got kids, they want 2 things. Well, in my opinion, anyway, yeah, attention and affection. That takes up a lot of energy, patience.
Yeah. Most of the patients goes, I would say, by 9:30 every morning.
What, you're gone, bro. As in you're out 9:30, bro. Done. AM, yeah, not PM. AM.
Tapping out.
Tapping out.
I see.
And then
Situl.
Then you have to find some more. By 3:30, you need to
I
find
agree,
some
man.
more, whatever
I
it
agree.
takes. Find some more. And that patience will be then gone by 6:30. And then it's the bedtime routine. What do you do by then, right? But that's why if there's two of you, that's double your patience, right? So I think that's what you need to play to, because there's no way, single parents out there. I think man. I don't know. I just don't know how they do it.
I can't understand it.
Yeah.
I can't understand it. Like everything I've gone through in the past 2 weeks, thinking to myself, like a single parent with a newborn.
I know.
How do you do it? Like we're struggling with two of us and help with my parents. And I can't imagine someone who's just kind of by themselves having to kind of navigate this, especially if it's the first child as well. Like all of that's new. Like,
do you know what? Saying that, you're right, man. Yeah, I don't know how because they're learning something new on their own. But man, hats off to them, man, because that's what resiliency is, isn't it? At the end of the day. And what I was going to say to you, you know what? There's a massive difference, like you said, having let's just say it's your third child, but you're raising them by yourself because your other two have grown up. I think those parents are more, obviously they're more experienced, but they whiz through it because they're at a stage of their life where I guess, do you understand? They're just more accomplished, more, they've been confident, you know, they're just
confident.
It's like, you see some mums, got carrying shopping bags with baby over their shoulder, just like it's nothing, it's just cash. Like they just pick, when we go shopping with the kid, with the baby, when we used to, bro, we used to pack everything but the kitchen sink, and then you're like, and you got the bag with you and all this little nappy thing, nappy sack kind of stuff with you. These lot have got nothing with them, innit? They're just like, cash. You don't need that stuff. I mean, when you used to go Leicester, how much did you pack?
Bro, whole house, literally.
Yeah.
And then we got tired and just ended up buying two of everything. Yeah.
You know what? You can never have enough of. Yeah? Car seats.
Yeah.
The amount of time, like you've got two car seats, but you have to move them from one person's car to another. And you know what? When you're buying the car seat, you're like, Mrs. might say, should we buy two? But then that's double the things of to get rid of. Yeah? So then you're like, no, don't worry, babe. I will make sure that I will change. Yeah, I will make sure. But then when it's change your car seats, I'm sake.
Yeah.
I'm at this point.
I'm calling that favor up.
Exactly.
Calling that.
I'm at this point, where I'm measuring my eldest every day to see when she hits.
I can't wait.
Where's she at, bro? Is she there?
No.
Because it's on height or weight, isn't it? And she's not hitting. Yeah. My little one's not hitting any of those things.
Height or weight. Actually, after holiday, I'll bet check the weight. Or those chocolate cakes. I'm like, a little bit more to go. Have you hit it yet? Live. Come on.
Have some more potatoes.
To fatten you up. Get rid.
Yeah, man. Convenience, man. I think the baby parenting convenience market, the marketplace for that is another level, man.
That's what you're paying for, bro. Most of the time,
those parents will pay for convenience, not just for their kids. With their kids, that's why these robot vacuums and or robotic other things that can take care of it. But at the end of the day, that means that you can spend more time with your kid, and time is time. I think you don't realize that time, what kind of commodity time is, until you get older. But some people, like for me, when you have kids in it, it's just like, oh shit, you know what? These days I can't even give them. When you're working, you can't give them hours of attention, and that, like me and Situl had a bit of a brief conversation today about just attention, and being able for them to be able to have your attention for literally an hour is like gold. It's better than anything else in the world. Just to give it, playing a game with them is better than anything else, because you've got their attention, and they've got your attention.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think we're done for today, boys. I can hear my child is summoning me. So thank you for the established dad's input.
No worries. I'm gonna clock into my second job too, bro. So
Yeah.
and I'm sure Situl.
It's about
This
that
is
time.
Situl. This is an hour off of life, isn't it? This is an hour off. Yeah.
Yeah.
That she's gonna be like, you've had an hour and 20 minutes of lunch, additional lunch break. So you better be making that up in some way. Before.
Yeah, I'm making up for the next 2 days.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell, bro.
Situl says with a wry smile on his face.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time, bruv. We appreciate it.
Nice one.
Thanks everyone
Situl.
for listening. Any topics, anything that resonates, comment, like, subscribe, reach out to us. The more feedback that we get, the more topics we can cover. Yeah.
Sorry, guys. Raj is just saying stuff now, so he can just stay on the pod that little
Yeah,
bit longer.
I know. Literally, that is what I'm doing right now. But yeah, no, thank you both for coming in for this, and a very short notice. I agree that this was a short notice one.
It's a good one, man.
That's good.
Peace out, everyone.
All right,
Safe.
catch you all
Until
later.
next time.
Bye.